Have you ever wondered why some people cling tightly in relationships while others seem to run at the first sign of closeness? Or maybe you've asked yourself why you're always attracted to emotionally unavailable partners, despite swearing you'd never fall for that type again. You're not alone. Love feels like it should be simple, but for many of us, it's one of the most confusing experiences of our lives. We think we're choosing freely, acting on instinct, or following our hearts. But what if something much deeper is running the show? Hello, I am Bharat, and welcome to Audiofybooks, where you will find excellent audio summaries of books in a very easy and interesting way. If you want to learn from new books, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with today's book. So imagine this. You're sitting across from someone on a date. There's a spark. The conversation flows effortlessly. They laugh at your jokes, and you start to think, this could really be something. But then days pass without a text. You try not to panic, but your mind spirals. Did I say something wrong? Are they losing interest? Are they talking to someone else? You check your phone, then check it again and again. That magnetic chemistry has turned into magnetic anxiety. If that sounds familiar, attached might just be the missing puzzle piece you've been searching for. Dr. Amir Levine and Rachel Heller introduce us to a powerful lens through which to view all our romantic relationships: attachment theory. At its heart, attachment theory says that how we love, how we connect, handle conflict, and react to intimacy is largely shaped by the emotional patterns we developed in early life. And those patterns tend to fall into three main types: secure, anxious, and avoidant. Now, secure folks are the lucky ones. They're comfortable with intimacy and independence, don't play games, and are emotionally responsive. They're the relationship version of gold, rare, balanced, and deeply reassuring. If you text them, they text back. If you need something, they're there, and they don't make you guess how they feel. For people with this style, love is a safe harbor, not a storm. Then we've got the anxious types. These are the people who feel everything intensely in relationships. When someone pulls away, even a little, they feel like the ground beneath them is shaking. They crave closeness, but fear rejection. A missed call can feel like a rejection. A delayed response, a potential breakup. It's not about being needy or dramatic. It's about a deep-rooted fear of abandonment that triggers survival-level stress. And finally, we meet the avoidants. These folks value their independence above all else. Emotional intimacy feels a bit suffocating to them, and when things get too close, they pull away. Not because they don't care, but because closeness threatens their sense of control. They've often learned, early on, that vulnerability isn't safe, so they keep walls up. And when anxious and avoidant people get into a relationship, that's where the emotional fireworks begin. Levine and Heller explain that anxious-avoidant pairings are surprisingly common and heartbreakingly painful. The anxious partner seeks closeness, validation, and reassurance, but the avoidant partner values space, autonomy, and emotional distance. One reaches, the other retreats, and round they go, caught in a loop of yearning, pulling away, misunderstanding, and frustration. It's not that they don't love each other. It's that their emotional programming is playing out like a script they never agreed to write. Imagine one person speaking in the language of connection and another responding in the language of space. They're not wrong, just incompatible in their needs and fears. And unless one or both partners become aware of these patterns, the relationship slowly erodes into anxiety, resentment, and confusion. But here's the hopeful part. These patterns aren't destiny. Understanding your attachment style is like being handed a roadmap for love. It gives you the power to recognize unhealthy patterns and shift them. Suddenly, you're not just reacting. You're responding, choosing, growing. One of the most beautiful ideas in Attached is that secure attachment is not just for the lucky few. It can be learned. It can be earned. Even if you've spent your whole life feeling anxious or avoidant, The book shows you that healing is possible, especially when you surround yourself with safe, supportive, secure people. And sometimes that person is you. You can become your own secure base, your own steady anchor in relationships. This means learning to identify when you're triggered. Let's say you're anxiously attached and your partner goes a few hours without responding. Your instinct might be to panic, spiral, and text 5 more times. But with awareness, you pause, you breathe, you remind yourself, this doesn't mean they're leaving. I am safe. I can wait. You create space between your feeling and your reaction, and in that space, something powerful happens. Growth. Or maybe you're avoidant, and your partner asks for more emotional presence. Your reflex might be to withdraw, feel overwhelmed, or see them as too needy. But then you ask yourself, is this really about them, or about my fear of being vulnerable? And instead of pulling away, you lean in, just a little. You say, I hear you, I want to try. That's how healing begins. The book is also packed with real-world stories that hit home. One story follows a woman who constantly dates emotionally unavailable men, feeling devastated every time they ghost her or go cold. She wonders what's wrong with her. But after discovering attachment theory, she realizes it's not that she's broken. It's that her anxious style is drawn like a magnet to avoidant partners. It's a painful but liberating insight. From there, she begins to date differently, looking for signs of secure attachment and honoring her needs. Slowly but surely, she builds a different story for herself, one rooted in emotional safety, not chaos. Attached doesn't just diagnose relationship problems, it offers solutions. It teaches us how to identify secure partners early, how to communicate our needs without shame, and how to spot red flags before they become emotional wounds. It encourages directness. No more games, no more playing hard to get, just honest, clear, respectful communication. And the best part, it gives us permission to want love that feels good, not love that makes us anxious, confused, or invisible, but love that calms our nervous system, love that makes us feel seen. Love that allows us to be our full selves without apology. So many of us grew up believing that love has to be dramatic, uncertain, or full of ups and downs. We think butterflies mean it's real. But attached gently challenges that narrative. It suggests that the best kind of love isn't the one that knocks you off your feet. It's the one that helps you stand stronger. By the end of the book, you'll not only understand your own patterns, but also those of the people around you, friends, family, co-workers. You'll start seeing attachment styles everywhere. You'll recognize why your best friend keeps dating emotionally unavailable partners, why your ex always shut down during arguments, why your sibling fears commitment, and maybe, most importantly, you'll start approaching all relationships with more compassion. Because when we understand that everyone is just trying to protect themselves, love becomes less about blame and more about understanding. And from that place, real change happens. So whether you're single, dating, married, or somewhere in between, Attached has something for you. It's not just a book about love. It's a book about becoming emotionally intelligent, healing old wounds, and building the kind of relationships that truly nourish us. If you found this summary helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, love isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone secure and learning to become that person yourself.